Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Greg. How are you?
Oh, I'm great.
Fantastic. Hey, just once again at the top of the show.
Yeah?
And you kind of did this last night, too. You were telling people that we are live.
Yes.
We're not.
Yes, but it's okay now.
No, you got to stop
Because
lying.
I'm gone.
Don't lie to the American people, Greg.
I'm in a safe place.
No. All right. 50% of Americans think pot should be legalized, which I assume means the other 50% are the man. Greg, you did your usual poo-pooing of the people who want the government to come clean about the presence of extraterrestrials among us. How does it feel to be a sheep?
Pretty good, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Until the government comes clean about ETs, about HARP, about...
What about chemtrails?
Chemtrails,
Yes.
Majestic,
Chemtrails.
the fact that MK Ultra experiments are still going on decades after the program was supposedly suspended. We're never going to know what's out there, Greg, and we're all going to be sheep. Wake up, people.
Andy, that's what they
Ron
want you to say.
Paul
That's what they
2012.
implanted in your
Ron
fillings.
Paul 2012, Greg.
Look at the letters.
Gavin, you said it's possible to be anti-pot and pro-legalization, which of course it is. The lame joke is that libertarians are conservatives who want to smoke pot, but the reality is that libertarians are conservatives who think it should be legal for other people to smoke pot.
Yes, I would agree that a lot of libertarians can be pretty nerdy because there's a lot of math and economics in there. But I just want to discourage people from enjoying pot too much because it wrecks your life.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm not saying don't smoke it, to be clear.
Right. Right. Does it cause you...
Very isolated circumstances, and all of them are at home.
I'm told it can cause you to look in the wrong spot during the halftime report.
Sorry, there's 60 me's in this room. I don't know which one to look at.
There you go.
PAB, you said it seems counterintuitive that legalizing pot would kill the profits of drug traders, but it's not. What's happening now is exactly what happened during Prohibition when gangsters controlled the booze trade.
Right. I mean, the counterintuitive part is that, you know, if you're not in favor of more people doing this drug, which, as Gavin admits, you know, can be destructive, you might say, well, ban it. But clearly, you know, as with alcohol, I mean, obviously alcohol has ruined a lot of lives too, but making it illegal did not solve that problem. It just added another problem. So
Yeah, I don't know why you had to bring up Bill.
And also, I hesitate to use the word destructive.
You don't hesitate. You just can't say it.
do it.
As I'm proving right now, it's not destructive. It's just not really constructive.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you're not going to destroy your life. You're just not going to do a lot with it.
No, I think if 18 to 25, if you smoke a lot, those are the formative years where you're supposed to be hungry and figuring out what you want to do with your life. If that's laced with pot, your whole life is doomed.
It's true. It is so
does,
true. Those are the only people that I know that in my life that just disappeared.
Although smoking pot does make you hungry.
Yeah.
Bill, you said once the fun police are off this mortal toil.
Coil.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what you meant.
Thanks.
Okay.
Didn't give you a lot of other material today, did I?
Yeah, well.
Because I was real right.
Yeah. Greg, I have a suggestion that you might actually like.
Yeah.
We legalize pot, but we attach an amendment to the law that makes it illegal for Seth Rogen to ever talk about it.
Thank you very much. And that other hairy guy, Zach, what's his face?
No, Galifianakis.
Every
Yeah.
movie that comes out with 20 or 30 minutes of pot-infused scenes makes it that much harder to legalize the drug.
I agree.
Here's what would make them cool again is they spoke just as effusively and constantly about crack.
Yeah.
If they were talking about crack like they do about pot,
Yes.
I would think that was pretty edgy. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom, the Constitution was not written on hemp. It was written on parchment, though it's probable that drafts of it were written on paper made of hemp because a lot of paper was made of hemp back then.
I have my answer.
Yep. Poll shows that more blame Washington than Wall Street for economic woes. Tom, you don't agree that the occupiers and the Tea Partiers share much of the same anger. I disagree with you. I think they just have different ideas on how to make things better.
Oh, well, that's called the whole world. I think we all want the same things, but we have different
Yeah,
exactly
ways.
Andy's full of relativistic crap.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Right. Is that what I was saying?
Yeah.
Or is that what he was saying?
Yeah, everybody could be for the same. A mass murderer is following his pursuit of happiness, right? He wants the same thing as you do.
First of all, I don't like the way you compare Tea Partiers to mass murderers.
I was comparing Tom to a mass murderer.
We're gonna get letters. But I don't think that's fair. I think the Tea Partiers and the occupiers are both angry at what they view as Wall Street getting unfair advantages and the government screwing things up.
Yeah, I think that's true. But I say...
But wait, can I interrupt? Government screwing things up. You don't ask for more government.
You wouldn't think so.
Yeah, sorry, Tom.
Yes, but they do. The Occupy Wall Street people want government solutions. The Tea Party people want the lack of government solutions.
Right.
So they want the separate things. But
Well, not all the Wall Street guys want more government. Some of them seem to get that the government is screwed up here.
Yeah.
But the ones who do, I just can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
The government makes a huge accident, and the solution is more government.
Yeah.
It's baffling.
Yep. Bill, I'm not sure I agree with you that the Tea Parties have turned a blind eye to the sins of big business. I think one of the reasons the Tea Parties were born was because of TARP and the bailouts and stuff like that. I don't think there's any love for the big corporations there.
Yeah, but TARP and the bailout is directly related to big government.
Right, but it was stuff that was given to big business, and the Tea Party's not happy about
And
that.
yet I never hear them rail against Bank of America. I never hear them rail against the audio industry, which, by the way, did get saved. All I hear about is big government. Find me these signs, Andrew. Find them for me.
They rail against all that stuff all the time.
They do. They do.
They rail against... I never hear this. When?
Really?
Because you're unconscious, Bill,
Yeah.
half the time.
Because you spend your whole day reading Daily Kos.
By the way, I've never looked at that site once in my life. And this is from the show that sends out, what is it,
What's wrong with you?
Where is it? It's right here. It's that right-wing group we always send it out here.
You smoked pot from 18 to 25.
I did. Where is it? There's one on here.
Andy, are you really going to wait for this?
Hot air. Hot air.
Well, he waits for
Half the things we send out hot air.
Okay, I'll skip all of that thanks to Bill.
Well, that flowed well.
I think, by the way, the best part, Greg, which you've left out, the best part of the Occupy Wall Street thing, it's the chance it's given all these young journalists who missed out on the 60s to be part of history, man.
Yeah. Embed.
Exactly. Florida City to publicly shame men who go to prostitutes. PAB, you thought it was odd that Palm Beach residents cited the economic downturn as a reason prostitution's on the rise. I would assume that might mean because women are having a hard time finding jobs.
Yes. No, I was just trying to make a stupid joke, but nobody laughed, so I guess it wasn't funny.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. All right.
We can't all be winners.
Also, not to be crass, and by that I mean to be crass, it's probably cheaper for a guy to go to a prostitute than to take a girl out to dinner and a movie.
That is crass.
That is pretty crass.
It's also pretty
But it's also
crude.
probably true.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming from a guy who lives with 2 cats.
Can I just, my experience, a dinner and drinks in New York can be about 120 bucks. A prostitute's gonna be 500 bucks in New York City.
No, they don't have to be though, Gavin.
They don't have to be. You like the highfalutin prostitutes.
Yeah. You go to your,
Please.
you got your Spitzer
You like
chicks,
the one with
it's
eyes.
Nice,
Yes, thank you. Not all of us can afford your fancy prostitutes with their appendages.
Yeah. Gavin, what about the prostitutes who dribble?
Yeah, what about their rights?
Yeah,
What
right.
if they want to make 20 bucks?
They're not charging. See, they're not charging 500 bucks.
Yeah, I don't go to East New York that often, especially for that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, in the modern world, in the civilized part of Manhattan, it's 500 bucks.
Ooh. Now who's the elite?
These guys know a lot about prostitution and pot.
This isn't class warfare, it's
Considering
ass
that,
warfare.
these things are both illegal and we know nothing personally about them, right?
No.
Right. What? Reality shows.
Just edit me out of this show, please.
Reality shows are making girls meaner. Tom, I understand you have a theory on this?
Yes, I believe that reality shows are a worst-case scenario situation. Men love adventure, action, danger, things like that. Our reality shows are ice road truckers and things like the fishing show, the dangerous fishing show. Because we look at that and we like to picture ourselves in that situation, even though we're never going to put ourselves in that situation. Healthy women also like to watch unhealthy women reacting on television because that's a worst case scenario for them. They like to picture what it would be like if they were in that situation, even though they are not going to put themselves in that situation.
Okay.
Well.
Wow. Really? That's how I have to end?
I thought that was an incredibly perceptive commentary.
Yeah, I'm done.
That you are, my friend. Go away.
Nice.
So, should your 9-year-old be made to work long hours in an unsafe factory so as to pad your already full pockets? Patty Ann Brown discusses her controversial theory in her new book, Work for Mommy or Get the Hell Out. But next, is this the best I quit in the history of unemployment? Well, it's the only one we bothered to look for, so for now.